Oh, you're back. Did you get my fish and chips? They didn't have any. Did you get me my ice cream? Didn't have any of that either. Did you get me anything at all? Whiskey? It's almost empty. Did you drink it on the way here? Wait, what? What's this? Change? Change for what? Oh, you only giving me £2. They didn't have any, so you paid for this much. Was this in the store? The guy around the corner. Okay, well, that's definitely. Okay, well, I guess it's better than nothing. I guess we'll just have to leave that to one side then. All right. Okay, so there's no fish and chips. There's no ice cream. It is hot as hell here on the beach. So why did you ask me to come into my lab with my lab coat? You know, I had a sneaking suspicion that you were going to call me in for a cranial nerve exam since you seem to be addicted to them. So luckily for you, I just happened to lay out all of my tools right here. So you know what? I'm not even going to question it because I know you're just mad for this stuff. So I just think, let's just get it over with so I can start cooking in the sun. But speaking of which, we ain't doing anything until you put on some sunscreen because I know how much you hate the stuff. So if we're going to do this, you're going to do what I want. No fish and chips, no ice cream, so you're going to put on some of this. It's Japanese as well, so that's how you know it's good. So you put that on right now, and I'll get prepared. Yes, I did bring a bag of gloves. What of it? You never know when you might need a bag of gloves. Oh, also, I did kind of eat most of the cookies here, so you have about 3 left. So yeah, think of that as predicted revenge. And I just dropped one, so we'll just have to get another one. Okay, so tell me why specifically on the beach do you want one exactly? To relax you, of course. Why do I even ask? Okay, well, in that case, I think the most obvious thing is, since we're on the beach here, we should probably just take your temperature first, so stay still for me. Yep, that's what I thought, cleaning up a storm. Okay, put more of that sunscreen on the neck as well, not just the face. Okay, and then one more. Alright, perfect. Alright then, let's just start with the eyes, I suppose. So first off, can you just look at my nose for me and just ignore this light? Just try and get up a bit. There we go. Okay, and can you look at my chin for me? Alright. Okay, now can you just follow this light for me? Alright, and can you tell me if the light is on or off right now? Okay, and is the light moving or is it still? Alright, is it on or off? Okay, and again, is it on or off again? Okay, and is it pointing at you or is it pointing at me? Is it pointing at my face or is it pointing at my hand? And is it pointing at you or is it pointing at me? Perfect. Alright, so now let's do a classic thing. How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up? And how many fingers am I holding up? And how many fingers am I holding up? And Is this my ring finger or my index finger? Is this my thumb or my pinky? Is this my thumb or my ring finger? Do I have all of my fingers open, or do I have them all closed like a fist? Okay, and would you say that my gloves are the same color as my lab coat? And would you say that my shirt was the same color as the beach? Of course, because it'd be very concerning if it actually was. And look at our coins here. Do you see any gold on them? And are these coins all gold, or do you see any other color? And what type of color do you see? Perfect, okay. And would you say that these are round or square? Brilliant. All right. Now then, let's look at this eye chart here. What big number do we have here? And what about this one? And what about this one? And is this one the same letter as this one? Okay, and can you read this line? Okay, and what do we have here? What do we have here? And what do we have here? And what do we have here? Okay, and I want you to look at the card itself. Is it circle? Is it a triangle? Is it a square? Okay, and would you say that the card itself around here is the same color as my lab coat? Okay, and can you tell me what this color is for me? Okay, and do you remember the first pen light that I used just a moment ago? Is this darker or lighter than that one? Good. And then, of course, we have one more here. Okay, now can you just look at these circles? Would you say that this one is bigger or smaller than this one? And would you say that this is the smallest or the biggest one of the bunch here? Okay, and could you take a guess and tell me if this part here is metal or wood? Okay, and can you tell me I can't think of one for this one. Is it on or off? Cool. Alright, sweet. In fact, just one more actually. Since for some reason you've also told me that you didn't necessarily want to be measured just yet, but, well, can you tell me? Okay, one moment here. Okay, can you tell me what color this is here? And would you say that they have numbers or letters on them? Okay, and would you say that this is long or short? Okay, and then here we have another one. Is this the same color as the one from before? And would you say it's darker or lighter than the one from before? And again, same question. Do these have numbers or letters on them? Excellent. Very well done. And then to finish off with the eyes, just have one question here. Okay, and look at all these colors here. Are these colors all the same one? Okay, and would you say that this one is darker or lighter than this one? Okay, and would you say that this is shiny? Okay, and can you tell me what color this is? Can you tell me what color this is here? Can you tell me what color this is? And can you tell me what color this is? Okay, now just blink for me. Have a good blink. Okay, so now I want to actually get to measuring you as well. So let's, oops, sorry about that. Let's just start off with going around your head. Okay. Alright, that looks big, just like your ego. Alright. Now let's just focus on the front here. Alright. That is looking good. And then on this side as well, so we're going by inches this time, so let's switch over and then check by centimeters too. Alright. Okay, and then what about your ears as well? Let's just wrap that around here. Alright, that's looking good. Does that feel okay as well? Very nice. Alright. Okay, and then what about on this side too? Let's check with this ear as well. So we got it by centimeters right now, and it looks like around the same inches, the same type of number here. Okay, and then what if we curl it around both ears here? Alright. That looks to be around the same here. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. And since we're going by your ears, I think we should check them next. So let me just start with this one. Okay. Okay, it feels very good. And it doesn't look like this ear is taking any damage or anything like that. Have your ears been okay? I would assume so. Alright, and how does this feel here? Okay, let's check this one again. How does that feel? Okay, let's feel around it nice and gently. Again, it's a good shape. Feels good, feels smooth. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if your ears were actually a bit red, given that it could be sunburn, but surprisingly, you actually look pretty okay. So, can you just close your eyes for me? Just going to do a quick hearing test. Okay, and can you tell me, is this on the left or the right? Okay, is this on the left or the right? Okay, and again, is this on the left or the right? And left or the right? Okay, now can you keep those eyes closed? Can you tell me when you hear my fingers wriggling? Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, brilliant. And then, again, keep those eyes closed. I want you to tell me if you hear if my fingers sound like they're moving fast or slow. So here we have fast, and here we have slow. Alright? Okay. Yes, and which ear was that? Okay, good. Alright, and which ear was that? Brilliant. Okay, and which ear was that? Okay, and which ear was that? Alright, perfect. Now, you can open your eyes. Okay, now I want you to focus on my nose. Don't look anywhere else, just focus on the nose. And I want you to tell me if you hear a click in the left or the right ear, alright? Correct. Nice one. Okay. Alright, now I want you to look at my forehead, and we're going to go a bit faster with the clicks. Now I want you to tell me how many clicks that you hear. 3, correct. Just one. Very well done. Good job. Okay, and now I'm going to check how the inside of you is doing right now. How have you been so far with the hot weather like this? I imagine you need to make sure you're drinking plenty of water and stuff like that. Have you been doing that? Well, you should be. Okay, so we'll go from both sides, check your lungs, your heart and such, and then we'll go on the back as well, alright? So, I'm just going to put this here. Can you just take a deep, deep, deep breath in for me through the nose? Hold it. And then breathe out. Perfect. Now we'll do it on this side. Can you just breathe in for me? Again, through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Does that feel okay? Alright, and again, let's go around the back here. Can you just breathe in through your nose? Hold it. And then breathe out. Okay, and one more time. You just breathe in through the nose. Hold it. And then breathe out through the mouth. Brilliant. That one was relatively short. Okay, so now I want to go back to the measuring for a minute because it seems as though I actually missed a couple of things here. So we'll be jumping again from the eyes to the ears to one more little test. It's a personal favourite of mine and a classic. So I just want to just measure your eyes here. Forgive me for forgetting a few things and not doing it by the book. It's quite warm after all, so... Okay, so again, I want to go back to that whiskey. How much did you actually pay for that? You said you found it from a guy around the corner. Did this guy seem frantic at all? No. Really? Okay, and how much was he charging for this whiskey? You got £2 back. How much did you... I don't remember how much I gave you now. Honestly, for the prices of whiskey these days, that seems pretty reasonable. But still, for just this amount, you didn't think for a minute that he drank it? What, the top was sealed? The top's never sealed on these things. What are you talking about? Well, it doesn't matter. I guess we'll indulge in our own later on. And that's another thing. How do they not have any fish and chips? They always have fish and chips. The line was long. That's your excuse. So if they did have them, you were just too lazy and too impatient. And instead you got whiskey. And although in some cases that might be a good alternative, I don't consider that one of them. Doesn't matter. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, yes. So now, I need to... Where are they? Oh, actually, you know what? Awkward thing. I need to check your mouth as well. That was one thing I did forget to do. Okay, so can you just open up for me? I'm just going to stick this on your tongue. And I want to check the back of your throat here. Okay, and can you say ah for me? Okay. And can you do it one more time? Say ah. Okay, it looks like everything is good at the back. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. There's no irritation. There is a bit of a flu going around. Have you been coughing at all? Okay, well, all in all, I would say you look pretty alright. Okay, so then in that case, let me just count your teeth as well. Nice and white, lovely. Okay, so let's just count around. We'll start with the top here. We'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, bottom as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to count down back from 16. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we do the top as well again. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, that's looking perfect. And now, to finish things off, I want you to, well, not to finish things off, we have a couple more things first. I'm going to brush your ears, and I want to close those eyes again for me. And I want you to tell me if you feel a brush or a tap on your ears, okay? Okay, so is this a brush or a tap? Yes. Correct. Exactly. Okay, and then we're going to add to that, and I want you to tell me which ear it is that you feel the brush or the tap as well. Yes, and which ear was that? Okay. Yes, and which ear was that? Was that the same ear? Okay, that's perfect. And then, to finish things off, just look for my thing. There you are. And now, to finish things off, you can open your eyes again. We're just going to do a sharp or dull test. You know how this goes. It's one of the favorites. So, can you tell me if this is... Actually, I suppose you should close your eyes again. Can you tell me if this is sharp or dull? And again, sharp or dull. 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 And sharp or dull. Very well done. Well, my friend, I think for now, I think we're finished. Is that enough? Are you satisfied now? You better be, because you're looking awfully tired. So I think while we're here, you need to go have a nap, look after our things. In fact, you could be the one that puts all my stuff away for me, because you're just such a good friend who is too lazy to go get fish and chips. So I'm going to go on a hunt myself. And while I'm doing that, you just enjoy yourself, because even if you fall asleep now, you're still putting all that stuff away. Yeah? Okay. Good night. I'll see you soon, my lazy friend.